Hey everybody, welcome back to Neil getting it in an uncomfortable position. So, let me get a little bit more comfortable. So, as a runner, I've learned the hard way many times that when something starts to chafe, you need to take care of it right away. You get a blister, you lance it, you tape it up, you put a band-aid on it, whatever. In other words, as soon as the smallest thing starts to go wrong, you take care of it as soon as you can. And today's lesson is just that. So, in owning a home or living in a home or really just life in general, as soon as you start to notice something go wrong, you really need to address it as soon as you can. And those little things, yes, they're a pain in the butt, but you'll save yourself a lot of time and headache much later. Such as today, I've patched up this issue once before, and I should have patched it up a second time, and everything would have been great, but now I have a much bigger issue to take care of that's going to require me to paint. I thought I was done painting in this house. I'm not. There's a lot more that I need to paint. Anyway, long story short, in the hall bathroom, we have our tub and our wall, and the kids don't really seal the shower curtain as well as they should, which means right here at the edge where most of the water is going to come out, it started to get into the drywall, and you can see I patched it and everything was great, but I didn't quite patch enough, and it left a little micro seam that has since grown, and now I've got my paint bubbling and I've got to paint it. The moral of the story is, fix your small problems as soon as you can, otherwise they will grow into much bigger problems. Alright, let's get started. As if to prove my own point, the wall's a little bit wet. At least it feels damp. So I'm gonna clean up my mess and then leave it alone. Hey everybody, sorry for the sudden left turn here. I was getting ready to edit this video and I realized I was missing the ending, so let's go take a look. And what I didn't film, or what I forgot to film, was a big mess. How do I say this? I tried to use some old caulk and it just didn't work as well as I had hoped. What happened was it felt just fine. Let me back up. I had a small tube that I had purchased not too long ago and I'd used, and it was okay. It was just fine. And so when I squeezed the tube, it was like a toothpaste tube, so you know, soft. I could squeeze it and it was soft and everything felt fine, and I figured, great, I'll just use this. It's already open, no need to buy any more. I squeezed and squeezed on that tube and it just barely came out, and the tip was apparently sharp or had a jagged edge, so when I went down the corner, it actually cut through some of my fresh paint. Needless to say, I was a little bit upset, so I figured, well, let me just cut the tube open and scoop some out and slap it on there, and that just didn't work. Even though the stuff that was in the middle of the tube was much softer, for whatever reason, it just would not apply how I wanted it to, so I went and got a new tube. All right, so what I got was GE brand 100% silicone, specifically silicone 2 in white. This stuff works like a dream. I cut the tip, I put it on. Wow. Doesn't look good, but that's operator error. The stuff that came out of here, so much easier to work with. And let's just take a look. So you can see right here, I really truly believe there was just too much joint compound used to do this flare to the edge of the tub. And for whatever reason right here, there was more used than was necessary, and what happened was, as soon as this seal was compromised, water got in behind the paint, which then got the joint compound wet, and as soon as the joint compound got wet, it just crumbled. Turned into sand, and the whole area just did not look good. Now, I know my caulking job is not great, and I know that little spot there does not look great, but I will tell you, it is much nicer than it was, and it's actually sealed. I've got a good seal between the tub and the wall, and even better than that, this caulking is flexible, which I don't think the old stuff is quite as flexible, and I think that was probably part of the many issues that happened. Anyway, so it's in there. I know it's a big old hunk of silicone, but again, it's done. All right, so there you have it. Tub is done. Pro tip, use good material. If you happen to be adept enough to actually apply said good material, then great. I'm not, so it looks a little wonky, but it's good enough for me, and more importantly, it's sealed up enough so that when my kids get out of the tub, I don't have to worry about those tidal waves of water coming out and destroying the newly drywalled bathroom. Let me show you one more thing. The lesson with my kid was pretty simple. I got in the shower. We had our clothes on and everything, but I got in the shower and I closed the curtain and I told him, because it's I hate to say it, usually my son, and I told him, seal this in here so when the tub or the shower wall gets wet, this plastic liner just sticks right to it. And I showed him that, and I think he knew that. I just don't think he knew how important it was. So anyway, hold on. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.